CFI is really excited to be starting phase 3 of our Mount Shavano project. This has been the biggest, burliest project we've ever undertaken. Over the last 4 years, we've been able to build a trail that winds through the forest at a more sustainable grade. It is a far more enjoyable climb, going both up and down. It's more scenic, it's more sustainable grade, and then ecologically it's going to be far better for the natural ecosystems we're going through.
We currently are in about the last 500 feet or less of this reroute. By early September, the entire lower reroute, which is about 10,000 linear feet of new trail, will be open. You're moving immense amounts of soil and dirt to create this new bench that I'm standing in. If we have a very large rock in the trail that we're unable to move, the only way to pass by it without changing the grade of the trail is to blast directly through it. We're kind of known for the work that we do in the alpine and above tree line. This entire thing over the last 4 years has all been done below tree line. We're basically pulling the trail out of this sensitive riparian area, making it much more enjoyable to walk. I do think hikers will notice a difference.
The first cruise started quite a bit farther down in a really steep talus section, just creating staircases and switchbacks. And in the last couple of years, we have managed to get out of the talus and more into the tundra. And we're also cutting a large amount of tread throughout it. So cutting back slope, getting a whole new surface to walk on. We're getting up to some more technically challenging stuff just because we have so many large boulders in the tundra that we are not going to be able to move, and we have to build staircases in between all of these massive boulders. You have to do a lot of really hard work. It's essentially, hardscapes and dry stone masonry.
On any given day at the high work site, we have usually as many as 4 different grip hoists going. And so a grip hoist is just like essentially a safety rated winch mechanism to belay and move really, really large rocks.
The last little bit of it is just going to be the usual scramble, but we're getting pretty much to the summit. And what we've done with our reroutes is get people out of the natural fall line where water runs down, snow collects, and forces people off the trail. Overall, a much more enjoyable experience than going straight up.
Every day, even working from an advanced base camp on the mountain, our crews will be hiking more than 3,000 vertical feet. So they're climbing a 14er and then they're working for 6 hours or so with tools moving heavy rocks.
The final phase is critically important. One thing that's going to be essentially important is to have the trail very clearly delineated coming off the summit. It's essential that it's well-defined, easy to follow. Many of those social trails that would likely confuse people, we do something called rock disguise, where we'll use lichen-covered rocks. We'll fill those social trails with rocks and kind of just make them disappear. Typically with the trail project, the restoration phase is usually the last part you do. The whole point that we're doing this project in the first place is to bypass that terrible part that's horribly eroded and just seeing insane resource damage. We flew a whole bunch of restoration material up above tree line that we otherwise would have had to carry. It would have taken weeks to carry all that stuff up there, and the helicopter was here for a little over an hour. The intent is to transplant a number of plugs and transplants from the adjacent slopes, create check dams where we'll basically be trying to slow the water and backfill behind those check dams with native soil. We'll put plugs in there to help boost the regeneration of other new plants. The whole point of what we're doing is to protect and preserve the alpine. If we were to just kind of call it good this season, we would still see significant resource damage, whereas by completing it, we're minimizing our human impact. Phase 3 is critical.